From Upper Michigan's source, this is your Friday Night Fever on demand for October 27th. I'm Mike Ludlum. We're talking high school football playoffs, round number 1. Let's check the action in Division 4, where Escanaba was entertaining Bay City John Glenn. First quarter, Craig Kameen looking for Ryan Robinette, and he's going to find Robinette, and that's going to be a touchdown. And it's a 7-0 Escanaba lead, and they certainly were not satisfied with just 7. Kameen, a cheesy little pump fake, and their Scout Wonder, another touchdown. Different defensive back this time. 14-0 after the extra point. Move to the second quarter, 1st and 15 from the Bobcat 30, and Wonder is off to the races. And he's going to get to the goal line, spins in, and not much more needs to be said. Escanaba looked very good. They won this one 40-14. Eskimos will host Alma next week. They beat Alma in Alma last year. Division 5, Kingsford and the Gladstone Braves, and all of a sudden, that would be a punt block. Aiden Johnston with the hand on it. Liam Guyan recovers for the Flivers. That sets up Luke Terrian. This play looks faster in slow motion, I think, but Terrian gets in from 4 yards, and it's a 14-0 Flivers lead. Gladstone strikes back. Darren Johnson. Rudy Peterson makes one man miss, and then everybody else is out of position. Nice block there. And he's looking to dive into the pylon. Success. Extra point, no good. Flivers still lead 14-6. Kingsford driving. Sawyer Perpich looking in the end zone on 4th and goal, but Darren Johnson's there for not only the interception, but Perpich can't get him, and neither can anybody else. Now, in Michigan high school records, this is only a 100-yard touchdown return. In real life, we'll call it 105 for you, Darren. Missed the extra point. Flivers still lead 14-12. Then Perpich chased Kresge on a quick little slant. That makes it 21-12 Flivers, and the offense really kicked it in after that. 56-26 Maize and Blue. Kingsford will now host the winner of Saturday's game between Hancock and Menominee. Remember, these teams have met before. Yes, it was in 1904. Good trivia. Division 8, West Iron County with the ball against Lakeland and Hubbell. Pass from Neil Tomasowski to Jace Brockhagen, and he's going to run it in for the touchdown and a 7-0 lead for the blue and white. 4th down, Lakeland and Hubbell. Fake punt! They always run one. Why don't you pay attention? Carter Crouch to Cole Gregory for the 1st down. Next play, they hand the ball to James Tuvula. And by the time we catch up with James, he's already run by the camera, and he's into the end zone, but the 2-point conversion missed. Whitecon still lead 7-6. To the ensuing kickoff, a ground ball to short. Josh Nelson gathers it in for the Whitecons, and he finds a convoy of blockers and runs it up to the 40-yard line. Setting up, Tomasowski handing it to Brockhagen. And Jace is going to keep right on running into the end zone. That made it 14-6. West Iron County really never did put them away until the very end. West Iron wins this one 35-26. Also in Division 8, Bark River Harris with the football against Norway. Logan Heim punches it in. 2-point conversion good. Bark River Harris in front of Norway 14-13 in the second half. 4th quarter now, Jake Dolfrun on the carry. And the pile is going to move or get pulled. Take your choice. And it's a touchdown, 20-14 Knights after the extra point and much celebration in the end zone. Midway through the 4th quarter now, Knights 2nd and 20. Josh Plant finds Micah Wilson. And that's going to be a good gain down to the 25. And ouch, that hurt. And a penalty tacked that one on. And Wilson would get into the end zone. And that was your last score. Norway wins 27-14. So Norway visits West Iron County in the district final. Also in Division 8, Newberry, unhappy to cross the Mackinac Bridge, visiting Frankfort. And the Panthers are really good. Griffin Kelly. We may hear this name before the postseason ends. 51 yards for the touchdown, 14-0 first quarter. To the second, and it's Mr. Myers again, following his blocks very nicely, also some good speed, and that makes it 22-zip. Norway with the ball now. Quarterback George Severns will be harassed in the pocket, spin move, makes two guys miss, then cuts to his left, and he's going to pick up some blocking and take it all the way down to the Panthers' 20-yard line. Inside of it, same possession. Severns is passing this time, looking for junior Jalen James, and he was just over the goal line by that much. Indians around the board. Unfortunately, Frankfort couldn't stop scoring, and the Panthers won this one 22-6. Newberry ends the year 6-3. Now on the scoreboard here, Frankfort will host advances to the district final against either Munising or Gaylord St. Mary. Gaylord St. Mary actually the number 1 seed in that district. Kickoff Saturday, 3 o'clock. 8-man football. Ontonagon at Stephenson. Stephenson getting a nice run here by Jesus Becerra. And he takes it into Gladiator territory. You'll see this connection a couple of times. Ontonagon's Dustin Howard finds Michigan Tech basketball recruit Jake Witt eating up a decent amount of yardage down near the 20. But Stephenson would keep running the ball because Montel Glover is still pretty darn fast, and he kept getting first downs and ending up in the end zone. Howard would respond by finding Witt again, and this one would be good for a touchdown. But Stephenson's offense was not dismayed by this. Trevor Topper to Glover. Penalty on the play, no big deal. Stephenson goes on to win this one 34-14. Still on the scoreboard now, Cedarville defeated Rudyard 20-0. So Cedarville will travel all the way to Stephenson for the district final. 8-man football Division II, Rapid River. Engadine, second half action. Engadine up 2, Rapid River looking to pass. It's tipped, and the next thing you know, Andrew Blanchard could be named mayor because he takes this one in for 6, and that's a 28-20 lead for Engadine. On the 2-point conversion, Scout Bigger will hide behind a few people, dive into the end zone. It's 30-20 Eagles with just under 11 minutes to go. Then Eagles would get the ball back, and they would score again. And Engadine pulls off the upset. Not the biggest upset in the world, but it's still an upset because they won on the road, 36-28. Also, Forest Park in block against North Central. Hunter Riley looking for Lucas Dombrowski, but it ends up in the hands of Riley Hendrickson, and he brings it out a few yards in the second half. And then Forest Park kept nickeling and diming its way downfield, and Peter Ropiak would get the ball in for the touchdown. 41 carries, 166 yards, and 3 scores, not to mention 10 tackles and 2 sacks on defense. And Forest Park shuts down the 2-time defending state champion Jets 20-6. Now in another bracket of the 8-man Division II section, the Pickford Panthers, who have the most power points in the Upper Peninsula this year, they blanked Atlanta 42-0. Pickford will take on Onekama in the district final. College hockey, Justin Miziak scored early in the third period, but Tech only had 17 shots on goal. The Mavericks added 2 more and defeated the Huskies 3-1. Elsewhere, Ferris State and Bemidji State played overtimes and couldn't settle anything, so it was a 2-2 tie. Bowling Green edged Alaska 2-1. In non-conference action, Michigan State scored the first 4 and then barely hung on to beat Lake Superior State 4-3. Penn State over Michigan 5-4. Okay, not as bad as the football game last week, and I agree. GLIAC volleyball. Kayla Choza had 14 kills. Jamie Hogaboom, 31 assists. She moved into 5th place all-time at NMU for assists in a career. 3-0 Wildcats over the Lakers. Macaulay Peterson, 14 kills. Mariah Sherman had 13 as Michigan Tech down Saginaw Valley 3-1. At snowy Sherman Field, Jenna Hallinan picked up the only goal in the second overtime for NMU, defeating the Huskies 1-0. Both teams will be in the GLIAC tournament. And in the GLIAC women's tennis tournament, Wayne State over Michigan Tech 5-1. But the Huskies had good news as Ivana Gorjowski was named the Freshman of the Year.